Never interrupt your enemy when he is making a mistake. History is a set of lies, agreed upon. Napoleon Bonaparte was a French military commander and political leader. Religion is what keeps the poor from murdering the rich. Death is nothing but to live defeated, and inglorious is to die daily. Victory belongs to the most persevering. In politics, stupidity is not a handicap. If you want a thing done well, do it yourself. A soldier will fight long and hard for a bit of colored ribbon. The battlefield is a scene of constant chaos. The winner will be the one who controls that chaos, both his own and the enemy's. Impossible is a word to be found only in the dictionary of fools. If you wish to be a success in the world, promise everything, deliver nothing. A leader is a dealer in hope. There are only two forces in the world, the sword and the spirit. In the long run, the sword will always be conquered by the spirit. The best cure for the body is a quiet mind. I can no longer obey, I have tasted command, and I cannot give it up. Glory is fleeting, but obscurity is forever. If I had to choose a religion, the sun as the universal giver of life would be my God. You must not fight too often with one enemy, or you will teach him all your art of war. The torment of precautions often exceeds the dangers to be avoided. It is sometimes better to abandon one's self to destiny. There is no such thing as accident, it is fate misnamed. Ability is nothing without opportunity. Soldiers generally win battles, generals get credit for them. 10 people who speak make more noise than 10,000 who are silent. From the heights of these pyramids, 40 centuries look down on us. To do all that one is able to do is to be a man, to do all that one would like to do is to be a god. There is only one step from the sublime to the ridiculous. Men are moved by 2 levers only, fear and self-interest. The strong man is the one who is able to intercept the communication between the senses and the mind. Power is my mistress. I have worked too hard at her conquest to allow anyone to take her away from me. The first virtue in a soldier is endurance of fatigue, courage is only the second virtue. Imagination rules the world. Nothing is more difficult, and therefore more precious, than to be able to decide. Music is the voice that tells us that the human race is greater than it knows. In politics, never retreat, never retract, never admit a mistake. It requires more courage to suffer than to die. Courage is like love, it must have hope for nourishment. Take time to deliberate, but when the time for action has arrived, stop thinking and go in. An army marches on its stomach. Water, air, and cleanness are the chief articles in my pharmacy. Men are more easily governed through their vices than through their virtues. The surest way to remain poor is to be an honest man. The truest wisdom is a resolute determination. Throw off your worries when you throw off your clothes at night. A true man hates no one. Doctors will have more lives to answer for in the next world than even we generals. For hostile newspapers are more to be feared than 1,000 bayonets. The best way to keep one's word is not to give it. One must change one's tactics every 10 years, if one wishes to maintain one's superiority. History is the version of past events that people have decided to agree upon. Respect the burden. A man will fight harder for his interests than for his rights. A throne is only a bench, covered with velvet. Let the path be open to talent. He who knows how to flatter also knows how to slander. The extent of your consciousness is limited only by your ability to love, and to embrace with your love the space around you, and all it contains. The French complain of everything, and always. He who fears being conquered is sure of defeat. Among those who dislike oppression are many who like to oppress. A constitution should be short and obscure. When small men attempt great enterprises, they always end by reducing them to the level of their mediocrity. The act of policing is, in order to punish less often, to punish more severely. It is the cause, not the death, that makes the martyr. I have only one counsel for you: be master. Forethought we may have, undoubtedly, but not foresight. One should never forbid what one lacks the power to prevent. A revolution is an idea which has found its bayonets. The Battle of Austerlitz is the grandest of all I have fought. When soldiers have been baptized in the fire of a battlefield, they have all one rank in my eyes. Men take only their needs into consideration, never their abilities. With audacity one can undertake anything, but not do everything. You must not fear death, my lads, defy him, and you drive him into the enemy's ranks. If they want peace, nations should avoid the pinpricks that precede cannon shots. The great proof of madness is the disproportion of one's designs to one's means. England is a nation of shopkeepers. A celebrated people lose dignity upon a closer view. Religion is excellent stuff for keeping common people quiet. The infectiousness of crime is like that of the plague. What is history but a fable agreed upon? I made all my generals out of mud. War is the business of barbarians. A man cannot become an atheist merely by wishing it. All religions have been made by men. The army is the true nobility of our country. France has more need of me than I have need of France. Public opinion is the thermometer a monarch should constantly consult. Ambition never is in a greater hurry than I, it merely keeps pace with circumstances, and with my general way of thinking. The human race is governed by its imagination. Skepticism is a virtue in history, as well as in philosophy. We must laugh at man, to avoid crying for him. Medicines are only fit for old people.